DoDDS 2013 Tournament of Champions live from Wiesbaden, Germany. My name is Luke Burns alongside my partner Jesse Granger and A1C Michael Mason. We're just going to call him Mason for the rest of the broadcast because it's the only thing he answers to.
Yep.
So we're going to go over the keys of the game here before we get started. Jesse, what do you got coming up for the Lady Cougars of Ansbach?
Well, the Cougars' most prolific and potent option on offense is their point guard, number 22, Chelsea Reeves. Now, she carried them through their win over Hohenfels yesterday in the semifinals, and they'll be looking for a repeat performance out of her today.
For Bitburg, I talked to Coach Hairstone, I talked to a bunch of the players, and the first word out of their mouths, every last one of them, defense. No open looks, don't let Ansbach get in the paint. Just play solid defense. That's all they're worried about.
Very excited about this Division II matchup here, and if you want to join in the fun, be sure to jump onto your computer. Send us an email at DoDDSBB2013@gmail.com. That's DoDDS BB2013@gmail.com. And Mason, we already got an email?
Yeah, I already got one. Somebody asking to see when we're going to show the D2 girls game, and I think we might be able to do that for them right now.
You got it coming up right here on AFN. We're streaming around the world at AFNEurope.net, and we're on your television, wherever you can find the Pentagon channel around the globe. The gym is filling up constantly, which is an amazing situation because I've never been in any DoDDS facility for any kind of tournament that has this kind of capacity. It's quite amazing, Jesse.
This is the moment they've all been waiting for. The whole season, all the playoffs, 5 games in 3 days, it all comes down to this.
This is a really large and very nice gym they have at Wiesbaden. They just finished it not too long ago, and as you can see, capacity is getting close.
It feels like they put the kind of acoustics you'd find in an opera hall. I mean, as soon as it gets the crowd gets into it at any point, it just erupts. We saw the last game, there was a couple attempted dunks, and even just the idea of the ball getting put down like that, this place just gets electric.
Especially from a D3 school. That's not something you'd expect out of a D3 school. It's a bunch of dunk tries. They did finally get one slammed down at the end of the last game.
Right now we're looking at the starting lineup. Come onto the fort for the Bitburg Barons. I'm going to go ahead and run down that for you. So we're going to have Atia Brigman, Isabel Mademba, Brianna Lackey, Michelle Morrison, and Brandy Oliver all starting for the Lady Barons. And for the Ansbach Cougars, Karen Kukla, Caprice Lockett, Chelsea Reeves, Jakai Smith, and Alyssa Solis. And we saw Chelsea Reeves in one of the semifinal games, and she was lights out from downtown, Jesse.
She's definitely a volume shooter. Now, the downside of having an offense centered around one person like that is that it becomes a little predictable for the opponent. The Bitburg team will be looking to capitalize on that today.
So, once again, if you want to join the action here, if you want to get in, we like to have a little competition, Mason and myself, whenever we do a broadcast. We try to see how far away we can get emails from. We've had emails from Asia, we've had emails from Alaska, we've had emails from Africa, Guam,
North Dakota.
So if you want to participate in our little contest here, once again, that email address, DoDDSBB2013@gmail.com. That's DoDDSBB2013@gmail.com. And as we're getting ready for a tip-off here, you can see the cheerleaders here. And by the way, when you get a chance, if you ever get a good shot of the cheerleaders from Ansbach,
They came in first for Division II. They came in first for the entire division. They had 4 cheerleaders selected on the all-tournament team, including one of the guys. They're hidden in the back row, but trust me, he can flip his way out of the gym.
A lot of proud parents in Ansbach today.
Yeah, I made sure to get here nice and early for that. I wasn't covered it or anything. I just wanted to see it because this place was filled to capacity. They weren't even letting people in for the cheerleading competition anymore. And if you want to see one of those best squads, just keep your eyes on your television or on your computer screen. Whenever you get a chance to see the Ansbach team, you're going to go. Here we go. We're about ready to tip off the Division II championship game from Wiesbaden Fitness Center. An amazing facility, an electric crowd. Let's get it on. Ball controlled by the Lady Barons. Caprice Locker on the right side. Swinging it back down. And a foul call already.
There's Chelsea with her bright yellow shoes.
And that's something I've noticed this entire tournament is that when I used to play, it was all about team footwear, but here not so much. It's a real chance for these girls to show a little bit of their personality. Ball is up and it's just short. Jakai Smith coming up just short on that one. And the Lady Barons back down court. Shots up and just off the back of the iron. Brianna Lackey. The steal and the putback. Ataya Brigman catching the Lady Cougars sleeping on that. 2-0 now with 7:10 left to go in the first period. So what kind of defenses are we looking at here from the Lady Barons, Jesse?
Well, both teams are going to be running a zone, and the Barons have a lot of options on their defense. They're going to be running a 2-3 and a 2-1-2.
Brigman leading the play, can't get a finish. And the rebound's pulled down by Lockett.
What do you mean by a 2-3 and a 2-1-1? And can
What's
you
he
break
doing?
this down for me?
Well, right now we're just seeing a little bit of sloppy play. I think this is the part where the nerves are kicking in. It's going to take a minute for everybody to settle in here, but I think that's what we'll be seeing once we get into the game a little further.
Brigman giving full court pressure and coming up with a couple early steals in the game. And it's going to be a turnover for the Barons as the Cougars take over on the sidelines. Lockett to inbound. And Chelsea Reeves, who I wish I had that number right now. I know she scored at least 3/4 of the points in their semifinal round. And she shoots it from downtown, the pro three, and it's good. You're going to have to come out and guard Reeves in this game.
They're going to see a lot more of that today.
The Barons breaking the full court pressure from the Cougars. The ball is up and in. Brandy Oliver with the first points for the Bitburg Barons. Shots up and no good. As the Barons come back down the floor. Lackey to run the point from the top of the key. Big rebound by Alyssa Solis, and they're going to depend on her for boards for the majority of the game. Reeves to the drive, the sweet dish look. Up and under and just off. But followed in by Solis. Someone's going to have to get a body because she's going to own the paint.
Great job by Chelsea penetrating and finding the open man.
Contact mid-court and the block call.
Bodies always going flying in girls basketball. Can't say they don't have a lot of heart.
5:26 left to go in the first period. The score's 5-4, favor of Ansbach. Ataya Brigman, they just can't account for her. She's wide open on the baseline and converts. Chelsea Reeves across the midcourt. Jakaya Smith bottled up in the corner. And she stepped on the sidelines. Turnover. Barons ball.
So there you see that zone defense kicking in, and it's given the team fits. So they'll see if they can handle that going forward here.
Full court pressure now from the Cougars. And it's going to be out of bounds. Ansbach Cougar basketball. 4:53 left to go in the first period. 5-6 is your score. Bitburg Barons up early. And we're going to go to an email. What do you got for us, Mason?
I got a question from Jeanette. She wants to know if we're going to re-air the cheer competition or any of the other basketball games. And I got word that it's probably going to re-air sometime during March Madness. Once we get an exact date and time, AFN will be sure to put that out.
Make sure everybody's aware when it goes up online. Sometimes you can just download it too. Ataya going up strong and getting the foul. It's going to be Reeves on the foul, and they got to make sure they keep her, away from foul trouble because she's such a big part of their offense, Jesse.
Absolutely.
Smith can't convert on the front end, Brigman.
So I asked the Bitburg coach how they celebrated getting to the final. He said they didn't celebrate at all. They went out to dinner with the boys team and the cheerleaders. They had a nice dinner. They were back at the hotel, had a team meeting, and they were all in bed at 10.
Now, there's been a lot of basketball played over the last couple days. And so I think they're trying to use the majority of the free time to get some rest.
That's right, 5 games in 3 days, and you may see some of the fatigue start to set in here. It looks like we're seeing a lot of running early on, but that fatigue may start to set in, and we may start to see some tired legs going forward.
Scrum on the ground for the ball. Looks like they're going to call out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Cougars. Once again, if you want to send us an email, make sure that you log on. Send us one at DoDDSBB2013@gmail.com. That's DoDDSBB2013@gmail.com. Reeves once again for 3, and it's in.
Got an email from Orlando, Florida. A little shout out to Sarsha Matthews, who's not in the game yet, but plays for the Bitburg Barons.
So at least the control again, but Atiyah Brigman once again stealing. 3rd time now, the Cougars losing track of Brigman in the full court pressure. And that's going to tie the ball game up. 8-8 with 3:38 to go in the first period.
There's Coach Hunt on the screen for the Lady Ansbach Cougars. He's been coaching them for the last couple of years, but he was telling us he's been a coach for 32 years. So he's got quite a lot of basketball knowledge up in his head to share.
Son of a coach.
Yeah.
Started coaching when he was, I believe, 19. He said he took over his first varsity program.
Yeah, he was coaching youth basketball when he was 17. Still in high school playing, and he's coaching little league basketball.
And he also played for the old Munich High School, the Dodds product himself.
Played a little German basketball before switching over full-time to be a coach.
You're watching live coverage of the Dodds 2013 Tournament of Champions from Wiesbaden, Germany, right here on AFN. And you can check, if you're watching on TV right now and you have to go somewhere, or if you're contacting folks and family and friends, and you want to let them know that they can catch, their Barons, their Cougars, you can do that. Also streaming live at afneurope.net. Solis on the rebound and a jump ball called, and that's something we're going to see very often in the ladies' game, Jesse. Why is that?
It's going to be chippy. I mean, you can tell there's a lot of desire on the court right now. Both teams have everything on the line, and they want to go home with the championship.
Full court pressure again from the Barons. Solis to break in and bring the ball across half court. Maintains possession, trying to get the ball to Reeves. And Lackey throwing it off one of the Cougars to go ahead and maintain possession. Reeves to inbound. Into Solus, and she's fouled. Alyssa Solus to go to the line for 2. 3 minutes left to go in the first period. The score 10-8 in favor of the Ansbach Lady Cougars.
And they've got a real advantage inside with number 34, Alyssa Solus. She's done a lot of damage inside in previous games, and they're going to continue to go to her inside there.
She hits the front end.
I'd say from the games that I watched, she's definitely the strongest player in the paint on the court right now.
Banks it in to convert the free throws, knocking down both of them to take a 4-point lead with 2:56 left to go in the first period. Brigman across half court, swings it to Lackey, loses control. Jakaya Smith getting her hand in there, fighting for the ball.
Sprawling out on the court again.
You see the Cougars there using full court pressure to try to force a turnover. That's an interesting strategy. It may get them worn out as we go along.
Especially with the weary legs from all this gameplay already.
That's right.
It's looking like it's helped to slow down the Ansbach strategy, which Coach Hunt told us is just to run, and push. That's all he wants to do, is go as fast as he can up and down the court.
Well, we're definitely seeing a lot of pushing.
This is the championship game. No one can't say that there's not 100% effort on every play here. There's nothing after this one. There's no reason to keep anything in the tank.
Leave it all out on the court.
Sierra Sutton inbound to Reeves. Reeves controls it at the back, over to Sutton. Lock it to Solis and some contact. Brandy Oliver called for the foul. It's going to be Cougars ball underneath the basket, and a timeout on the floor. Coach Lynn Hairstone has seen enough at this point.
He's seen quite a lot in his career. 22 years as a coach, took a 5-year break. This is his first time coaching the Bitburg Lady Barons. Took him to the championship game in his first year. Kind of makes you wonder, why did he take 5 years off if this is the kind of production he can get?
So Jesse, you think he's explaining to them about what to do about Solis in the middle and how she's kind of dominating the paint right now? Coach Mike Hunt on the sides. I asked him, would you like to be Mike or Michael? He said, Michael Lee. Threw in his middle name there. He's an interesting character. If you ever get a chance to have a conversation with Coach Michael Lee Hunt, do yourself a favor and take a few minutes. As the ladies move back onto the floor and Reed to inbound underneath their own basket. Solis scooping it up in the paint. One shot, gets her own rebound. Looking for somebody. Trying to swing it to Smith, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Barons. Ball back to the Cougars. Once again, underneath their own basket.
And it's taking 2 and sometimes 3 defenders to defend the shot that they're getting inside.
Reeves from downtown. That's a shot that she feels confident taking at any point. Don Valbuena now into the game for the Lady Barons. To Maya Thornton on the right side. Kicks it out to Brigman. Loses control. The referees discussing it, trying to figure out what they're going to do with it. It's going to be Cougars ball. With 2:02 left to go in the first period, scores 12-8, favor of Ansbach.
Seeing more full court pressure.
Lockett breaking the press, trying to find somebody. Too many hands for the Barons, and they scoop it up. The ball goes to Brigman, who's going to run the offense. And that's the first shot of the game for Don Valbuena. It comes up just short. Reeves to take it back up the court for the Cougars as she's pushing, trying to look for some space. Little baby hook, and it goes just short. Out of bounds, ball back to the Barons.
If her shoes were any indicator, she's definitely got the green light to shoot today.
Nicely done. Looks like that broadcasting school's finally paying off there, Granger. I love it.
It's very punny, sir. I like it.
Glad to be here.
Ball was tipped off one of the Barons. It's going to be Cougars ball with 1 minute and 19 seconds left to go in the first period. Ansbach up 12-8 over the Bitburg Barons. Loose ball scooped up by Solis, and a foul called. Brandy Oliver picking up her second foul of the ball game. It's already 5 team fouls now for the Barons.
Getting close to getting up to 1-1.
Once again, full court pressure from the Barons. Why would a team do this so early on, Jesse? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. You can see it is giving them trouble bringing the ball up, and it is slowing them down some. But we'll see if they'll be able to keep that up the rest of the game.
A little confusion there between the teams and the referees. It's going to be Cougars ball. Ataya once again with the steal and the shot off just Valbuena trying to put it back in, and now it's Reeves in a full-out sprint with Ataya Brigman. I don't think she's going to win that one, because Brigman's been all over the court so far in the first period. Reeves from downtown is just short.
We got an email from Tony giving a big shout out to the Lady Barons and Ataya Brigman. He's a big fan.
I think there's a lot of people at home watching right now who's becoming a big fan of Brigman, who's just been all over the court, super quick. 3 steals already in the ball game. Solis out to Lackey. Over to Sutton, who's fouled. Nope, excuse me, it was a turnover.
That's right, they called it travel, and they've been pretty consistent with that call this tournament. They want to make sure everything's on the up and up.
Full court pressure from the Cougars as Sutton can't get it. And a foul called. Jakaya Smith.
So
And the Barons are going to take it on the near sidelines.
So far, not a lot of emails from all over the world, but we have had 3 emails come in from Florida in support of the Barons. So there seems to be a pretty strong Bitburg fan base down in southern Florida.
Sunshine State Baron country, apparently. And travel again. And Jesse, I was going to wait for as long as I possibly could to bring this up, but we've been watching a lot of basketball over the last couple days. Please explain to me this travel call.
Sure, well, I mean, it's tough, but it is the right call. If you're taking steps before you put the ball on the floor, that's a travel and a turnover.
So they get the ball, both feet are set, and if they shuffle their feet before the ball contacts the ground, even if they're making a move to dribble, they're going to get the whistle every time.
Exactly. It doesn't seem like much of an advantage, but even half a step sometimes means a basket in this game.
Brigman once again on the steal in Reeves, and she's going to be real tough on the Cougars all day long. Thornton on the shot, a little bit long and scooped up. Jakai Smith, she takes it over to half court, over to Reeves, who's going to slow it down a little bit and maybe play for the last shot here with 14 seconds left to go in the first period. It's got to go back into Reeves' hands, but no. The 3 ball from Jakai Smith, and now the Barons with 2 seconds left, and the shot up and in.
Put it in the book and send her to the line.
Dawn Valbuena going for the 3 the old-fashioned way with
Less
0.8 left to go on the clock.
Just got that one in right before
Big
the
basket.
buzzer.
If she can hit this one, it's going to be a 1-point ball game going into the second period.
They needed that too.
Dawn Valbuena at the line now, trying to convert on the 3-point play. It's up and it's good. 1-point ball game now.
We've got us a ball game, fellas.
Well, that's going to do it for the first period of action here live from Wiesbaden, Germany, as the score is 12-10 in favor of the Ansbach Cougars. We're now going to go down to the floor for our sideline reporter, Victoria Seacrest. Victoria, what do you got?
I'm courtside with CJ Evans, a senior from Bitburg High School. And CJ, how do you feel the Lady Barons are doing so far?
They're doing really well. I knew they would come out and execute really early, and we're just hoping that they bring home the championship today.
Exactly, and how important do you think it is to have such a large crowd out like Bitburg does to support the girls?
It's very important, actually. It's actually pretty impressive to see all these people come out. They've been supporting us all throughout the season, and it really shows how much they care and love the sport and love the team. So it's really good.
Exactly. Well, good luck to your team, and thank you. Back to you guys.
We're going to go ahead and take a break. You're listening or watching live basketball coverage of the DoDDS 2013 Tournament of Champions on AFN, celebrating 70 years of broadcasting excellence around the world. We're your station serving America's best. Live coverage of the DoDDS 2013 Tournament of Champions from the Wiesbaden Fitness Center on AFN and on your computer streaming live, afneurope.net. Coach Lynn Hairstone of the Bitburg Barons talking to the Lady Barons as they're down only 1 point now after that first period with a 3-point play from Dawn Valbuena right at the end. So, Jesse, can you see that this full court pressure is going to be something that Coach Hairstone's going to continue to do, or is this something that you just do to throw off a team at the beginning of the game, maybe just to throw off their game plan?
I think it's given the Cougars some trouble, but what I'm seeing too is that the Cougars' zone defense is really frustrating the Barons. They've had success in transition. I think they'll try to do that more because the zone is just giving them fits right now.
And the stadium is filling up. We have a beautiful facility, and you can hear it. It's amazing how many people are just filing in constantly here.
Yeah, the Bitburg is only about a 2-hour drive from where we're at. So, you know, they've got about a third of the stands straight across from us are just full of Bitburg parents. And there's a big section of the Bitburg basketball team right down in front of us.
Yeah, they're one of the more vocal groups down there.
Almost a home court advantage for them.
And a real interesting setup too is the side that you can see on your television right now is the side where all of the family and friends are seated. But the side underneath our booth on the other side of the court are all the teams and students and athletes. So it's a real interesting setup here at the Wiesbaden Fitness Center. As we return to the action, Solis pulling down another rebound, and she's going to be on the boards all day as she kicks it out to Reeves, who's over half court. Swings it to Lockett. Over to Jakaya Smith, who hoists up a three just short. Rebound pulled down. Brandy Oliver for the Barons. As she kicks it out to Lackey, who brings it up across the court. Coast to coast, puts up a shot just short, and Solis on the rebound. Looking for the long pass to Reeves, who scoops it up, but she's going to wait for her offense.
It's odd. Coach Hunt was telling me that, they like to get out in transition, get those layups, and get back on defense. Haven't really seen a lot of transition offense from the Lady Ansbach Tigers.
One of the better coach quotes I've heard in a while. He said, well, my favorite shot is the layup, so we're going to try to do that all game.
Yeah.
Lackey now to control the ball, and the full court pressure from the Cougars. Ataya Brigman makes short work of that, stops and pops, just short. Rebound out to Lackey. Jakaya Smith pulling down the rebound and looking for Sutton.
Very nice.
And the foul. Caprice Lockett looking to go to the line as Sierra Sutton kept keeping her head up in transition and looking for her fellow teammates.
That's right. They'll want to see a lot more of that. Unfortunately, they've been sticking to a lot of long jumpers, which I think is the result of this zone defense we're seeing from both teams.
Caprice Lockett at the line for the Cougars. No good. 6:48 left to go. 12-11 your score in favor of the Ansbach Lady Cougars. Hey, and if you want to get a message to us, maybe hear us read it live on the air. It's Dodds BB 2013 at gmail.com. That's DoDDS BB 2013 at gmail.com.
So Ansbach might be on top of the scoreboard right now, but Bitburg is definitely winning the email battle. Haven't got a single email from an Ansbach fan all game.
Come on, Ansbach fans, step up. Solis the rejection and some body contact as they call the foul. It's going to send Brigman to the line for two.
And in a game this close, free throws are going to be very important going down the stretch. You don't want to have to worry about any missing points at the end of the game. So
lane violation on Brigman. She's going to be down to one shot now. She must have had her toe on the line. I don't know if you can see that. Can't see it from my perspective, but the call was clear from the referee. So Brigman now with one shot.
Question for you. This gym is used for several purposes. It's got the blue lines are basketball court running left and right of the play action. The white lines are volleyball in the same direction. Then the red is a volleyball court that goes the way the basketball is going right now. The confusion was Brigman lined up at the baseline of the volleyball net, which is about a foot inside the free throw line. Have you ever played on a court that was a multi-use facility like this, and has the lines ever been a problem for you?
I mean, I think inevitably if you go up in any gym playing basketball, you're going to play in these multi-sport facilities. This is one of the most difficult ones I've seen to decipher, because what we're looking at on your television are the black lines. The black lines make up the baselines and the sidelines, half court, free throw line, three-point line. That's what you're looking at. But there are a lot of lines here, and the confusion like that from Brigman, it can be a factor if they're not paying attention, especially, when fatigue sets in.
That's right.
It's really hard to tell on our monitors. The red lines look almost black.
5:46 left to go in the second period. The Ansbach Cougars up over the Bitburg Barons in the Division II Ladies Championship live from Wiesbaden, Germany. Solis posting up, the up and under, and it's good.
Cougars showed a great amount of patience there, working the ball around and getting to the open, look inside.
And now Solis with the steal, looking to get it out to Reeves. And as we saw in the semifinal, Reeves was absolutely the focal point of this offense. But Jesse, it looks like they're trying to use Solis instead.
Yeah, it's a much more balanced attack today. And the other thing that they're benefiting from is that pressure that they're throwing out at full court.
Timeout on the floor. 5:19 left to go in the second period. Ansbach up 14 over the Barons, 11. Coach Michael Lee Hunt, adamant with his ladies. Grew up in a basketball family.
So just got an email giving us a little heads up that number 24 is actually Anna Dorr, not Serenity Sutton. And Serenity Sutton is number 23. So they have different numbers on their home and away jerseys, which can cause some confusion for the coaches who are putting in the scorebook if they're in their home or away jerseys, and slight problems for broadcasters like us.
Well, I'm glad that we got that all fixed because I want to make sure that Anna Dorr is getting the credit for being on the floor the majority of the ball game so far.
Big shout out to Calvin and Simon for letting us know that
Appreciate that.
we were goofing up.
Demaya Thornton taking it strong. It's going to be a foul on Solis.
Got the first email for the Cougars be from Calvin. So far into the second quarter before we even got one email.
Well, all you got to do is just keep, mispronouncing one of the players' names or saying the wrong name constantly, and that's when the emails start flying in. It's been my experience. 5:02 left to go in the first half. Ansbach up 14-11. Division II championship game.
Both teams in the penalty, so anytime there's a foul on the floor, they'll be shooting free throws going forward here for the rest of the half.
Thornton with the back end of the two-shot foul, and Reeves to take it across the court for the Cougars. Looking to get it to Smith.
There's that pressure again causing a turnover.
Valbuena tying up the ball. It's going to be a foul on Dawn. And that's going to send Caprice Lockett to the line. Or not quite yet. Are they not in the bonus quite yet?
That was
some confusion between the refs and the score booth. Getting it straightened out right now.
I think maybe they just heard us get it right, and now they're going to take it and put it underneath the basket. You're welcome, referees. As the Ansbach Cougars are in the bonus, and that's going to put Caprice Lockett on the line, shooting two. 1-1.
Got an email from Miss J saying a big shout out to Atia Brigman, not Ataya.
It's Atia. I've been saying Atia.
One of us evidently said Ataya.
It was you. I'm blaming you.
It might have been me.
It's Atia. I'm looking at it right now. I even spelt it like tea, so I wouldn't mess it up, like the tea you drink. 4:45 left to go in the first half. Ansbach still up over the Lady Barons by 2. Atia the long pass across the midline. Brandy Oliver taking it up and strong and just missing. And Atia once again with the rebound. Brigman in the middle gets the friendly bounce, the shooter's bounce, which, Jesse, is there anything to that shooter's bounce
just got to keep shooting
term that we always hear? Like, oh, I got the shooter's bounce or the shooter's roll. What is that referring to?
The more you shoot, the more of those you're going to get.
Just keep hoisting it up. Law of averages at this point. Lockett controlling the ball at the half court. And it's going to be over and back. Kai Smith is trying to keep it in bounds. Pass to Reeves, crossing the midline.
And that could be a costly error now that the game is tied at 14 all.
With 4:01 left to go in the first half. Oliver to inbound. Brigman to Madamba. Brigman feeding the post. Quick hands getting the ball back, but the turnover. Chelsea Reeves now pushing for the Cougars. She's going to reset, take a step back, and see if they can get into the half-court offense. Anna Dorr to Reeves. the 3 ball, and it's off. Now what we've seen so far with Chelsea Reeves is she hit a couple quick early, including one from Frankfurt. She made it from so far downtown, but now she's been off on these last couple. No call there from the referees. There is some contact, but the putback for the Barons, it's going to give them their first lead of the ball game, 16-14, with 3:07 left to go in the first half. Reeves to Dorr, and the foul called. Didn't see a lot of contact there. That's going to send Anna Dorr to the line. And Brigman once again across the midcourt, doing the majority of the ball handling for the Barons in the first half, probably for the rest of the game.
As long as she can stay out of foul trouble, Luke.
Oliver trying to look for a cutting Thornton. Thornton wasn't looking for it. Ball went out of bounds, and now Cougars on the attack.
Got an email from Alicia giving a shout out to the manager, Ashley Rico, for the Cougars.
The unsung heroes of the basketball team.
Speaking of unsung heroes, down in the broadcast truck, Staff Sergeant Branaham, it's his birthday. He's our director for today. So, got to give some people who aren't necessarily on camera a little bit of love.
We're making him work on his birthday?
Hey,
you can't get your birthday off anymore?
Is it really work if you're just, watching basketball all day?
That's a very good point.
Also, I believe it's Staff Sergeant Branham, so he also messed his name up too. So.
Well,
don't say we.
Mason,
I'm looking at you.
It wasn't spelled phonetically.
So he's scooping up another rebound and a traveling call. Right now, each team fighting for momentum going into half. 2:26 left to go. Division II Ladies Championship 2013 Tournament of Champions on AFN, celebrating 70 years of broadcast excellence around the globe. Chelsea Reeve taking it coast to coast. It can't convert, and Brigman corrals it.
And it really is a fight out.
Again.
It really
is all alone. Up and in to tie the ball game. 16-16. 2 minutes left. You were saying, Jesse.
Yeah, you can see it really is a fight out there. There's been a lot of possession changes and not a lot of scoring over the last minute. Both of these teams really want it.
Brigman now to take it herself. And some hand fighting along the baseline for the ball, and it's going to stay with the Barons. Ball went off Smith. Thornton swinging in to Isabel Madamba, who ties the ball game again.
And that's what they want. The Barons have made a conscious effort to slow down and work the offense to get a good open shot like that.
Block called on Lackey.
This is Bitburg's first championship game since 2004.
That's right, they were champions in the year 2004.
Speaking of Bitburg, Lieutenant Colonel Christopher is rooting for the Bitburg Barons along with the rest of the 52nd Comm Squadron over there on Spangdahlem Air Base.
Alyssa now on the line for two. Whitney Corley checking in for the Barons. And Solis is good on the back end from the charity stripe. Making it a 1-point ball game, 17-18, with 1:15 to go in the first half. Foul call. Excuse me, jump ball. Reeves to control the offense for the Lady Cougars.
Word on the street is that Reeves is a very humble person, and supposedly, according to JB, she deserves MVP honors.
Well, if she can do another performance like she did in that semifinal game, I think it'll be hard to keep it out of her hands.
Absolutely. I think if they win this game, she's punched her own ticket.
Alyssa Solis back to the line now with 1:05 left to go in the first half. Ansbach down by 1. Solis just short. She made the adjustment last time at the free throw line, hitting her second after being short on the first. Let's see if she can do it again.
She stands pretty far back off the free throw line.
It's sure that's something that she's practiced over and over. As you can see, she knows exactly where she needs to be, to get just the right distance on that shot. Traveling call. Michelle Morrison.
You say it's the right call, Jesse, but I just want to see him play. I just want to see him move the ball a little bit up down the court. It's too much time stopped for all these traveling calls.
It's rough, but you got to be careful here in this championship game. Everything matters.
Bitburg coach was over on the sideline screaming for a traveling call right there after he got called for one.
Corley pulling down the rebound and kicking the ball out to Thornton. The shot is up and no good for Michelle Morrison. 42 seconds left to go in the half. Tie ball game, 18-18. The DoDDS 2013 Tournament of Champions Division II Women's Final. Live from Wiesbaden, Germany. And you can catch us around the world on the Pentagon Channel, streaming live at afneurope.net. Jump onto your Facebook accounts, get on to Twitter, take a picture of yourself watching the game and upload it to Instagram. Do whatever you got to do to spread the word on social media that we're putting on a show for you on the station that's been broadcasting excellent for 70 years for service members and their families around the world.
You forgot Google Plus.
So did everybody else in the world. It's okay to laugh, gentlemen. I'd like to hear it when I tell them funny.
I have a Google Plus.
You just don't have to give me a smile. Jesse, do you got Google Plus?
No. Well, yeah, I do. I just don't use it.
So do I.
If the first answer is no, then the answer is no.
And a turnover with 14 seconds left. It's a tie ball game. And one of these teams is going to step up and take the lead into the half, but which is it going to be as the Tia Brigman to inbound?
A little confusion there as Lockett threw that one away. She kind of looked over at Chelsea Reeves like, I thought you were going to go left.
Brigman from downtown hits the back of the iron.
Tough shot.
Morrison trying to corral the rebound, can't do it. Ball is out of bounds. 6.2 seconds left to go in the first half. Tie ball game as Chelsea Reeves is going to hold for the last shot, I would imagine. Hoisted up from way too far. A good 15 feet short. We got a barn burner here, gentlemen. 18-18.
A lot of action for not a lot of scoring.
Yeah, this is all you can ask for, though, if you're on either of these teams. They've both got a chance to win going into the second half.
Once again, if you'd like to email us, please jump on to your email accounts and send us one at DoDDSBB2013 at gmail.com. That's DoDDS, D-O-D-D-S, BB 2013 at gmail.com. As we see the cheerleaders for the Barons providing a little halftime entertainment for the crowd that is quickly filling the Wiesbaden Fitness Center, a beautiful brand new facility. Juice bar, incredible workout area, massage rooms. I mean, if you haven't had a chance, if you're ever at TDY up in this area, make sure you get over to the gym. We're going to go down now for an interview of our sideline reporter, Victoria Seacrest, who is with Coach Michael Hunt of the Ansbach Cougars. Victoria?
I'm courtside with Coach Hunt of the Ansbach Lady Cougars. And now, Coach, so far, the game's been neck and neck. What do the girls need to do to pull ahead?
We got to make easy shots. We got to make our foul shots. A game like this, you got to make your foul shots. And we missed a couple easy layups, two-footers, putbacks, and we got to play better defense.
All right, well, Coach, good luck for you. Back to you guys.
You're watching live coverage of the DoDDS 2013 Tournament Champions Division II Championship right here on AFN, the station serving America's best.